I got your email. So I'll just cut you a check. You already paid for it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll even pay you for it.
I'll pay the whole thing.
Okay.
Back here at the Oak Ridge High School gym, looks like we're about to stand for the national anthem. As we are about to have the national anthem here, the fans here at the Oak Ridge High School gym standing for our national anthem. Our national anthem here from the Oak Ridge High School gym. Spencer, the Wildcats, and the Powell Panthers.
Oak Ridge is coming to this game 4-3 and 2-0 in district play. Powell is 4-3 and 1-1. Oak Ridge coming off an 83-69 win over Clinton, while Powell had a huge 64-48 win over Carnes. Friday night, Oak Ridge swept Powell last season 69-62 at Powell and 81-57 at Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge leads the series 24-5 since 1946. Powell's last win came in 2006, 67-60 at Powell. Powell has losses to Farragut, Cleveland, and Clinton. They have wins over Elizabethton, Morristown East, Cocke County, and Carnes. Oak Ridge at home is 2-1, on the road 1-0, neutral sites 1-2 with football players 2-0. Oak Ridge's next game is at Cleveland on Tuesday. Oak Ridge is 12-6 all time against the Blue Raiders since 1971. Last season Cleveland won was in 2003, 80-68 at Cleveland. Last year OR won 70-43 at OR.
We're having the starting lineups now. Starting lineups here for the Wildcats about to be introduced as we're about to get underway here. The Wildcats trying to win their third district ball game. It's going to be tough against, as Coach Norris said, perhaps the toughest post defensive team or an offensive team we're going to face perhaps all season long. Starting tonight for the Wildcats, 6'3" freshman Quinche Dowdell gets the start for the Wildcats. Also starting tonight for the Wildcats on the wing, a 6'3" senior Brett Geringer. He gets the start for the Wildcats on the wing. Also starting tonight, a 6'2" junior at the point position, Grant Domsic. He'll start for the Wildcats. Also starting for the Wildcats, a 6'1" junior, Steve Younkin. And the fifth starter for the Wildcats, a 6'4" post. That'll be Daniels Mulholland. And we're about to get set. The Powell Panthers coached by Mike Ogan. The Panthers have great size, as we'll see tonight. They've got good guys off the bench in terms of size. They're going to start Lee Smith tonight. He'll be the big post player wearing number 11. They also will start number 33, Chris Connor, a 6'3" sophomore. Also starting for them will be Ben Ward, who's been playing really well. He's a 6'4" senior. Number 22, Andrew Roach, a 6'4 senior. And number 52, that'll be Matt Hargis, a 5'11 sophomore. Dowdell to jump. Ball up control on a second attempt by Dowdell. The Wildcats have the basketball to start the ball game. Here it goes to Rick Daniels Mulholland. Looks inside of Dowdell. Works the ball back out to Geringer. Geringer penetrates the paint. Pulls up, shoots off the glass. No good. Rick back up with a shot. Good. Rick Daniels Mulholland, a nice board. The Wildcats lead by a score of 2-0. 7:42 to play here in the first quarter. Down the floor with the basketball will come Hargis. Hargis. That's for sure. Hargis works the ball, bounced inside of Smith, taken away by the Panthers. They get an easy one off the glass. Shot good on a deflection. Ben Ward ties the ball game at 2. Wildcats need somebody to work the ball in. It's going to be the freshman. Dowdell works it in. Then it comes to Steve Younkin. Younkin to Domsic, and he'll bring the ball down the floor. 2-2 our score. 7:17 to play here in the first quarter. Grant Domsic outside the three-point line. Lobs the ball inside of Rick. Might have been fouled, but a little bit of contact, but no call. Down the floor will come the Panthers. Across the way, they work the ball to Connor. Connor works the ball back out once again. Dribbling in, it goes out to Connor. His brother was Isaac Connor. Outstanding player a number of years ago for the Powell Panthers. Played at UTC and had a good career along with his other brother. Smith lobs the ball inside. Here's a shot. It's up. No good. Again, rebounded by Rick Daniels Mulholland. Down it goes to Domsic. We've got a 2-2 ball game. 6:42 to play. Domsic takes it strong. Kicks the ball back out to Geringer. Geringer holds the ball. Wildcats set their offense in motion with Geringer lobbing it inside. A little bit too high over the top of Rick Daniels Mulholland. Out of bounds it goes to Powell. The Panthers wearing all black with orange and white numerals. The Wildcats wearing their all white jerseys with cardinal and gray trim. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Panthers. Number 52, Matt Hargis, 5'11 sophomore, guarded by Geringer. He works it out here to number 34, Ben Ward. Out to Smith. Smith dribbles in. Free throw line jumper is off the rim. No good. Rebounded on a deflection from Geringer to Domsic. 2-2 our score. Wildcat basketball. Domsic with it to Younkin. Younkin dribbles in. Lobs it inside of Rick. He turns. He spins. He drives. The hook shot is up. No good. On the rebound, Dowdell. Dowdell, the Wildcat, swings it back out to Younkin. Looks back inside now. We'll get a three-point shot. No good. Long rebound taken away by Powell. Coming down with the board, Andrew Roach. And here come the Panthers. Once again, Hargis with it. Right side of Ward. Works the ball to Roach. Guarded by Quinche Dowdell. He works the ball to Smith. Smith drives in, pulls up. Shot partially rejected. Oak Ridge has it. Back the other way it goes to Domsic. We've got a 2-2 ball game. Neither team looking sharp offensively early on as the Wildcats kick it out to Rick. Rick drives in for a shot. Up. No good. On the rebound will come Powell. Back to Hargis. Wildcats are getting the ball to Daniels Mulholland, but Wildcats unable to score. 2-2 to score. Working the ball inside. The Connor pulls up guns. A shot, no good. On the rebound, Dowdell. Dowdell for the Wildcats. Down it goes to Domsic. The Wildcats setting up their offense to Geringer, left corner. He'll gun a three. It's up short. Rebounded by Younkin. Younkin sets it up once again. The Wildcats struggling offensively. Here's the lob inside of Rick. Turns, spins on the right block, goes up for the shot, no good. Again by Dowdell, back up, no good. He's fouled this time. A lot of contact, but that time the foul was called. James Branson, Nick Settles doing our camera work tonight up top. Personal foul called against Powell. It'll go against Hargis, and Quinche will go to the free throw line. Connor Gulmire, Aaron White about to enter the game for the Wildcats. Dowdell to the free throw line in a 2-2 ball game. Here's the first of two shots by the freshman, Quinche Dowdell. Shot good. Dowdell hits it. He'll go back to the free throw line. We appreciate you listening to our broadcast tonight on WATO or Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15 or on the internet, prepradio.com. Hopefully we're working with double tapes up top as Dowdell goes back to the line. 3-2 our score. Quinche on the year for the Wildcats is a 75% free throw shooter. Second toss, good. Hit them both, and Oak Ridge leads by 2. 4-2 our score as Gulmire checks into the ball game. Dowdell checks out, so the Wildcats playing with Connor Gulmire, Brett Geringer, Aaron White, Grant Domsic, Steve Younkin. Powell basketball, Connor with the basketball. Of course, we've got Connor as a first name, Connor as a last name as Lee Smith goes up for the shot. He's sporting a different look this year, Spencer. His hair is a lot bushier, and he's got a little bit of a beard as well, and wearing his socks long almost up to his knees. They're not going to rule him in the act of shooting. He's a transfer from Central. And Powell will work the ball in. Of course, he came there last year. About midseason, I believe they ruled him eligible. Powell works it into Roach. Out to Smith. It goes once again. Bounce pass. Not a good pass. Intercepted by Domsic. Domsic's going to bring the ball right. Give it up to Aaron White for the shot. Good. Wildcats work that well. And Oak Ridge leads by 4. 6-2 the score. With the basketball, once again, will come Powell. Here it goes on the right side to Roach. Back to the top to Hargis. Penetrates left. Kicks it out to Connor. He's got a 3. It's up. Good. 3-point shot for Chris Connor, and the Wildcat lead is cut to 1. 6-5, and down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Connor Gulmire works it into wide, drives the baseline, kicks the ball back out. Younkin for 3, left wing up, good. 3-point shot, Steve Younkin, and the Wildcat lead is 9-5. And here comes Powell down the floor, moving left to right. With the basketball, it goes to Roach. Roach works it into Smith, throws the ball inside of Connor. His shot is up, good. Connor scores inside, and it's a 2-point game. 9-7 the score, Oak Ridge by 2. Here's Grant Domsic at the point for the Wildcats. Bringing it down to the right. Wildcats not moving offensively. Connor gets it in the paint, pulls up, 6 foot, a little strong. No good on the rebound, Powell. Coming down with the basketball will come Roach. Roach works the ball back to Connor, works the ball inside to Lee Smith, throws up a shot, no good. On the rebound, Oak Ridge. Coming down with it once again will come the Wildcats, Younkin. Younkin works the ball across the line to the 3-point stripe. He goes, works the ball in, penetrates out to Gulmire. Connor Gulmire penetrates to the top of the circle, gives it back out to Domsic. Oak Ridge by 2, 9-7. 3:19 to play first quarter. Wildcats with it. Once again, it goes to Younkin. Guarded by Roach. Works it over to Geringer. Guarded by Connor. Works the ball back to Gulmire. Gulmire looks inside. Backs it up to Younkin. Free throw line, cannot shoot. There's Domsic shooting from the left corner. Up, no good. Long rebound pulled away by Hargis. Wildcats up 2, but Powell's got the basketball. Down it goes to Ward. Thought about a 3. Dribbles in. Penetrates. Shoots to Connor, and there's an offensive foul called. Offensive foul called against Bim Ward, number 34. He ran it right over the top of Geringer. That's a tough call against Ward. But Wildcat substitute now Jared Stevens into the ball game. Let's see what he can do. Giving the Wildcats a little bit of a spark. 9-7 the score. Grant will bring the ball down the floor. 2:49 to play. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Domsic with Daniels Mulholland back in the ball game. Goes in for the shot. Nice drive. Shot good. Grant Domsic off the glass, and Oak Ridge leads again by 4. 11-7 as we play in the first quarter. 2:36 to play. With the basketball, bringing it across the line will come Hargis. Jared Stevens defending him. He tries to run through him, and he walks with the basketball. Travel called against them as they substitute number 5 in the ball game, Patrick Adidas. 6'3" senior. I don't remember him playing last year. Was he on their team last year, number 5? I just don't remember him playing. JV player, according to what Spencer tells me. And he gets a chance to play as Domsic brings the ball down the floor. Domsic outside the 3-point stripe, works the ball to Jared Stevens. Fires a pass intending it for Rick Daniels Mulholland. And big number 11, Lee Smith, 6'5" junior, commits the personal foul. Wildcats with the basketball. Grant Domsic will work the ball in. Oak Ridge on top, 11-7. 2:15 to play here in the first quarter. In it comes to Daniels Mulholland. Bumped a little bit, gives it over to Stevens. Back to Domsic. Ball kicked out of bounds by Smith. It'll be Oak Ridge with the basketball in front of the Powell bench. Mike Ogan is the head coach of the Powell Panthers. The girls lost by 10 tonight. Put 26 on the board. A new school record for the fewest amount of points scored by a Lady Wildcat team. Oak Ridge ball, Grant Domsic with it. Out it goes to Daniels Mulholland. Inside of Aaron White, couldn't control it. Grabs it right back, then it's picked up by Daniels Mulholland. A lot of battling for the loose balls on the floor as Jerry works the ball inside of White. Aaron turns, spins, shoots, draws the foul. There was contact, no call. There was contact on the wrist. It was right on his wrist, but no call as Powell works it out. And we like it when he shoots because he's off the mark again. Lee Smith unable to hit the shot. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Here goes to Domsic. Domsic works the ball inside of Daniels Mulholland, spinning 6-footers up good. Rick Daniels Mulholland drops in his 4th point, and Oak Ridge's lead is 4. 13-7 the score. 1:22 to play in the first quarter. With the basketball once again will come Hargis. Hargis to the midcourt circle, guarded by Jared Stevens. He throws a bad pass, taken away by Domsic, taken almost on the floor by Stevens, saved right back by Hargis. Free throw line, throws it back to the left and throws it away. Intercepted by Connor Gulmire. Connor down the floor off to Domsic. Domsic penetrates the paint, goes in for the shot. It's up good off the glass. Nice drive by Grant Domsic. 15-7 the score, and it's a 7-point advantage for the Wildcats. 51 seconds to play, and down the floor with it will come Hargis. Hargis works the ball to the right. Nearly throws the ball away, saved away. Gulmire aggressively defending Hargis. Out it goes to Smith. Smith drives in, out of control, shot, no good. They're going to call a block against the Wildcats. It's going to go against Rick Daniels Mulholland, who could have stood his ground, but let Lee Smith come over the top of him and moved his foot, and it's a blocking call against Daniels Mulholland. It'll be Powell to the free throw line with Lee Smith. I think he'll have 2 shots. 15-7 Oak Ridge on top. 37.7 seconds. His toss is up good. Nice free throw touch that time by Lee Smith. Dowdell and now Revel Coffey come into the ball game for the first time. Revel's in for the first time. Dowdell back in. Wildcats substituting Daniels Mulholland and Grant Domsic out of the ball game. 37.7 seconds to play. To the free throw line one more time, Lee Smith. Toss, no good. Aaron White on the rebound, or Quincy Dowdell on the rebound. Down it goes to Jared Stevens. Stevens brings the ball down the floor once again. Continuing to dribble, Stevens works it over to Revel Coffey. Vell works to his right with his dribble, works it out inside to Aaron White for the shot, a little off balance, no good. Lee Smith on the rebound. Smith with it down the floor to a new guy in the ball game for the Panthers. That's Baron Huber. He works the ball left side. I thought it was Baron Huber. It's number 50 in the ball game as they work the ball inside. A partially rejected shot rebounded by the freshman Dowdell. 7 seconds. Dowdell works across court. Connor's got a 3 at the buzzer. No good. Tip back up by Aaron White. No good. Lee Smith pulls down the board as the first quarter comes to a close. Our score after 1 quarter basketball here at the Oak Ridge High School gym. The Wildcats on top of Powell, 15-8. And we'll be back following the 60-second timeout. Back here on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and on the internet, prepradio.com. Hargis works the ball to Connor. Powell with the basketball as we start playing. Near foul by Aaron White. Into Hargis it goes. Needs to get rid of it soon. Throws the ball inside to Lee Smith. Passes inside for the shot. Good. And a foul's called. Nice little backdoor play that time by the Panthers. Scored by Ben Ward. They cut the gap to 5. Oak Ridge on top 15-10. As Rick Daniels Mulholland prepares to come back in the ball game. The other guy's only played about 4 minutes. He probably sweats more than Rick as he comes back in the ball game. He's been sitting on the bench for about 3 minutes, but boy, the sweat just rolling off his body as they go for the three-point play. Ben Ward, 6'4" senior at the line one time. Toss, good. Wildcat lead cut to 4. 15-11 the score, and here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Jared Stevens. The Wildcats have 2 freshmen in the ball game, 2 sophomores and a senior. Revel Coffey with it, top of the circle. Revel dribbles out to the top of the circle with his left hand, looks inside of Rick Daniels Mulholland, pulls up just inside the arc, shoots, no good. Hargis on the rebound. Down the floor will come the Powell Panthers. Connor with it, works the ball inside to Lee Smith, pulling up, shooting, no good. On the rebound will come Quincy Dowdell. Dowdell works the ball straight down the middle of the floor, pulls up, oh, great move against Lee Smith, goes in, he was fouled. Will they count the bucket? I think he might have been fouled before the shot. Official comes over to tell us that it'll be on the floor. Foul called against number 11, Lee Smith. His second personal foul is Garinger, Younkin, Domsic. Check back in. Revel Coffey Jared Stevens and Connor Gulmire check out. Oak Ridge ball underneath the goal. Oak Ridge by 4 in the boys' game. 7:12 to play first half. 15-11 the score. Domsic will work the ball in. In it comes to Quinche, right elbow. Penetrates the paint, goes in for the layup. It's up and good. The Powell fans, I think, wanted a travel, I believe, as he got the ball knocked, and then he went right back up with it and scored. Oak Ridge by 6, 17-11. Connor with the basketball, Chris Connor, and then a travel is going to be called against Chris Connor. He's a big kid, for a sophomore especially, 6'3". He's kind of a big upper body. Looking at him, his arms are not too defined, but his upper body is huge. As the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor, here it goes to Grant Domsic. Domsic works it back to Rick Daniels Mulholland, lost his dribble, picks it up on the floor, and a nice save by my life just passed before my eyes because Rick Daniels Mulholland came sliding into the table as Domsic guns a three. I thought he was about to take us out as Rick came this way, and I'm sure you've been hit by him before on the football field.
Yeah, I ran him over a few times here and there, so wasn't much.
Whatever.
I wish.
6:25 to play first half. 9-point advantage for the Wildcats. Powell wants a timeout. We'll take a break. We'll send it back to Darren Creek back in the studios. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here at the Oak Ridge High School gym, David Clary, Mr. Universe, Spencer Gulmire back here with us as the Wildcats lead is 9, 20-11 the score. Just a joke. Connor with the basketball. Chris Connor for Powell. Works the ball to the top of the circle. Comes off to his right, works the ball near steal by Domsic, saved away by number 5 back in the ball game. Patrick Adidas to Ben Warp, the shot good. Off the right elbow, drops it in, and Oak Ridge's lead is 7. 20-13 the score, 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Down the floor with the basketball, Grant Domsic at the point for the Wildcats. Girls lost tonight by 10 as they lost for the 3rd time this year. Younkin top of the circle, looks inside of Rick. Looks inside of Dowdell, can't get free right away, so he has to back it up to Geringer, and then he throws the ball away. One of the few bad passes actually that Rick has made since he's gone back to the basketball court, and turns the ball over, and here come the Panthers down the floor. We're in the second quarter, 5:38 to play, 20-13 our score. Panther basketball, Roach with it out to Ward, round to Hargis, got it by Geringer, looks inside, backs it up once again to Adidas. His shot is up, good for 3. Adidas drops it in, or Addis, looks like Adidas to me, as the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor. Lead is cut to 4, 20-16. Domsic to Geringer, Geringer to Dowdell. Quinche drives in, splits the defense, kicks it out to Younkin. Had no place to go, but right back to Dowdell. Turns and spins, drives. Nice looking shot, nice looking move. Shot just wouldn't fall for him. Well, the Powell crowd is loud tonight as the Panthers get Connor free for a shot, no good. On the rebound, Rick Daniels Mulholland. Back the other way will come Oak Ridge. Here comes to Domsic. Domsic to Geringer. Geringer drives in, pulls up, shoots. Good, and he's fouled. Boy, I thought that could have been called either way. The guy for Powell had been, I thought it was a good call too. It had been set up down there, but he had turned his body at the last moment, and the blocking foul is called against Powell, and Brett will go to the free throw line. Brett Geringer in the ball game tonight for the Wildcats has his first 2 points. Connor Gulmire's back in the ball game. Quinche Dowdell is out. Wildcats on top, 22-16, 4:48 to play first half. First toss is good. He completes the 3-point play. 23-16, the Wildcats in the lead as Powell brings the ball down the floor. Matt Hargis, 5'11 sophomore, works the ball to the left. Holding the ball with Geringer defending him out to Chris Connor. Chris Connor around the roach, guarded there by Steve Younkin. Holds the ball over his head, gives it out to Addis for three. Good. 3-point shot again by number 5, and Coach Norris wants a timeout. 4-point game, 4:22 to play first half. We'll take a break with them. We'll be back to the Oak Ridge High School gym in 30 seconds.
Rick will just laugh. Yeah.
Back here at the Oak Ridge High School gym, 23-19 the score. Wildcats playing with Grant Domsic, Steve Younkin, Brett Geringer, Rick Daniels Mulholland, Connor Gulmire. Wildcats have maintained a lead, but it's been kind of iffy at times. Oak Ridge will be traveling to Cleveland tomorrow. We hope you'll join us. Wildcats on top. Domsic with it over to Younkin. Younkin works the ball out to the top and throws the ball away. Taken away by Hargis. Hargis, a nice move, pulls up, shoots, and scores. Powell's crowd is extremely loud tonight, as down the floor with the basketball once again will come Oak Ridge. The lead is cut to 2. 23-21 the score. Domsic to Younkin. Younkin dribbles out to the top of the circle. Works the ball to Geringer. Geringer works the ball inside of Domsic, spinning 6-footer. Good. Domsic hits the bucket. He's got a total of 9 points, and Oak Ridge's lead is back to 4. 25-21 the score. Once again with the basketball will come the Powell Panthers. Ward with it out to Addis. He works the ball to Roach. Roach back to Addis. Looks inside. Comes back out to Hargis. Hargis guarded by Gulmire. Near the midcourt circle, 3:24 to play. Back to Roach it goes. Back to the top it goes to Ward. Around it goes to Hargis. Hargis back to the top to Addis. Comes right back Addis with a pass to number 34, Ben Ward. Ward top of the circle over to Chris Connor. Connor backs it up to Hargis once again. 3:05 to play first half. Very patient are the Panthers, working their offense. Hargis to Connor. Chris Connor, a sophomore, works it in for a shot. Banks it in good. Ben Ward wasn't a thing of beauty, but he's got 9 points, and Oak Ridge's lead is 2. 25-23 the score. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Wildcats against the zone, lob it inside, throw the ball away. Wildcats don't nearly look as sharp as they did this past Friday as they beat the Clinton Dragons. Of course, that's a big rivalry ball game as Chris Connor works the ball back to Addis. A long-range three, top of the key, no good. On the rebound, Daniels Mulholland on a long carom on a deflection. Here goes to Brett Geringer. Brings the ball down the floor, sets it up to Domsic, back to Brett. Three-pointer, left corner, up, good. Three-point shot for Brett Geringer, a big shot for him. He now has 6 points, and Oak Ridge's lead is back to 5. 28-23 the score. With the basketball will come the Panthers. The Wildcats trying to go 3-0 in district play. The Panthers trying to win their second district ball game. Chris Connor with the basketball, back to Ward. Ward drives in, with his back to the goal, pulls up, off-balance shot. Off-balance shot, no good. On the rebound will come Domsic. Domsic left side of Gulmire. Gulmire goes up, kicks the ball back out. Domsic for three, it's up, good. That's a pretty looking shot. Grant Domsic nails the three-point shot, and Oak Ridge's lead is 8. 31-23 the score, minute 40 to play here in the first half. With the basketball, Hargis stutter steps as he brings the ball across the midcourt line, out to Addis. It goes, he throws it. Addis is caught by Roach on the wing. Back to the top, Ben Ward. Left free for the three, good. Supposed to switch right there, but nobody picked him up at the top of the circle, and that's just easy pickings for Ben Ward.
That was his 12th point of the night, and he's a good shooter. I don't know why Oak Ridge hasn't gotten out on him. They're just leaving him alone out here at the three-point line. Hopefully they'll realize that boy can shoot the ball.
With the basketball, Oak Ridge. Younkin works the ball top of the circle. Backs it up to Domsic. 31-26. The Wildcats have it to Geringer in the corner. Lobs it into Rick. Inside to Domsic. Pass was good, but he throws it away. Taken away by Powell. Hargis falls down, but gets right back up with his dribble and brings it across the line. 52 seconds to play, first half. 31-26, Oak Ridge on top. Hargis works it over to Chris Connor, guarded by Domsic. Lobs the ball inside of Roach. Roach's shot is up. No good. Tipped and rebounded by Younkin. Not a great effort that time by Roach. Just tried to lob it over the top. They got the ball down low to him where they wanted it, but just didn't put up a good shot. And it'll be Oak Ridge down the floor. With the basketball will come Connor Gulmire. Back he goes to Younkin, back to Domsic. Oak Ridge 31, Powell 26. Down to 17 seconds to play in the first half. Wildcats trying to win their third in a row. Domsic has it. Kicks it out to Geringer. Three-pointer from the left corner. A little strong. No good. Daniels Mulholland up. Good. As the first half is winding down to 6 seconds. Hargis down the floor. Hargis turns. Hargis spins. Hargis shoots. He missed it as the first half comes to a close. Nice putback bucket by Rick Daniels Mulholland to give Oak Ridge a 7-point lead at 33-26. Spencer, the Wildcats, it wasn't the prettiest first half of basketball, but the Wildcats do have the lead. 33-26 our score.
Yes, there's a big difference between their game last Friday against Clinton, tonight against Powell. Just came out a little sluggish, and they started taking their points and started getting up about 9 or 10. I think it was the biggest lead, and Powell came back with a big run right there. I think it was like a 6-0 run. Came back close in about 2 points, and Oak Ridge has extended it back out to 7 points.
Let's take a break. When we come back, Spencer Gulmire will run down the first half statistics. Once again, the girls lost tonight, 36-26. The Wildcats are now 1-2 in district play and fall to 4-3 overall. 33-26 our score. We'll be back to the Oak Ridge High School gym with a look at the first half statistics. The Wildcats on top. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
This is Spencer Gulmire back here at the Oak Ridge Gymnasium with the boys game. OR is leading this one by a score of 33-26. The first half statistics is here. Quincy Dowdell, he has 4 points on the night. Brett Geringer, as he has 6. Grant Domsic, the leading scorer of the game so far, is playing a superb game. Only missing 1 shot, has 12 points on the night. Steve Younkin, he has 3. Aaron White, he has 2. And Rick Daniels Mulholland has 6 points on the night. And for the Powell Panthers, Patrick Addis, he has 6 points. Lee Smith has 1. Chris Connor has 5. Their leading scorer is Ben Ward with 12 points on the night. And Matt Hargis, he has 2.
Thanks a lot, Spencer. Once again, our halftime score here, 33-26. Earlier today, the Lady Wildcats were defeated by Powell. Final score was 36-26. The leading scorer for the Wildcats was Ashley Huddleston. She had 9 points. Colleen McConnell had 4. Carmen Smith had 5. Mallory Jones 4. Kiki Stewart had 4 points. Nene McClanahan was played, did not score. Also, Kelsey Ramsey played, did not score. Lady Wildcats struggled for offense tonight, scoring only 26 points for the Lady Wildcats, who now fall to 4-3 on the year, 1-2 in district play. 33-26 is our score. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge boys team on top. We're at halftime of this ball game. We're going to send it back to Darren Creek, our engineer back at the station. And let me ask him a question here on the air. Darren, is it cold in the studios of the Mighty 1290 right now? Was it because of the heat that I left on for you yesterday, or was it because they reconnected the heating units? Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. I was feeling for you, actually. When I went into the studios, I realized they were, and I'm talking to Darren on the air for the fans, the WATO studios on Eastburn Lane got a brand new roof put on in the last week, but they took the heating unit out, and he had no heat on Friday as we did the ball game. But once again, the Mighty 1290 is nice and toasty, we understand. Wildcats hoping to toast things up, toast the Panthers here in the second half. They lead it 33-26. We'll send it back to Darren Creek. We'll be back for the second half following this 3-minute timeout.
What?
Y'all go to the movies? You never ended up going? Stupid girls. Girls are so naive and stupid. No way. You're joking, right? What are you guys doing with all these?
Pretty good. This is Spencer Gulmire back here at the Oak Ridge Gymnasium. We're about to begin the second half with there's 28 seconds left. Oak Ridge is leading this one by a score of 33-26. The final statistics of the girls' games, Oak Ridge won this one by a score, or the Oak Ridge lost this one by a score of 36 to Lady Powell Panthers. Here's Michael Furls here. How do you think this game's going so far, Michael Furls?
He didn't want to talk, I guess, as we're waiting for the second half to get underway. Oak Ridge trying to win their third straight ball game. They come in at 4-3, 2-0 in District 3 play. They currently lead by a score of 33-26. Oak Ridge comes out with Steve Younkin, Quinche Dowdell, along with Aaron White. Aaron White starting the second half, along with Brett Garinger, Grant Domsic. Wildcats on top, 33-26. They're trapping Younkin out, and Hargis backs him up, gives it over to Domsic. Wildcats have to have somebody open. Here comes the Wildcats working along to Aaron White for the shot. No good, but he's fouled, and Aaron's going to go to the free throw line. You know, I was really impressed, with the way Aaron ran the floor against Clinton and the way athletically he's played. Of course, he's been with football, and you know, you've played basketball out of football before. It's a totally different kind of shape than the basketball shape is. I mean, you're in shape to play football, but it's totally different, isn't it?
As basketball is, I mean, it's more of a running game. You're running the whole time. Football, you're going to get breaks here and there. It's more physically tough on you, but basketball, I mean, it'll definitely get you in check.
34-26, an 8-point lead for the Wildcats. Lee Smith along the baseline, pulls up, shoots way short on the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Powell. Lee Smith, I don't know what his shooting percentage is, but he is struggling from the field. He's 0 for the ball game, except at the free throw line. I believe he's 1 for 2 at the free throw line, 0 for 6 from the field, but he's a big guy inside. He creates all kinds of mismatch problems for the Wildcats. Creed's got their much smaller group in. As Wildcats have it, Aaron White with it. Aaron White penetrates. He's stripped of the ball, taken away by Roach. Down the floor it goes to Hargis. Hargis brings the ball across the line. Sets it out to Chris Connor. Pulls up, shoots a three, good. Got caught there in no man's land and drills home the three-point shots, back to a 5-point game. Wildcats have had a few breakdowns on defense tonight, something they really haven't been doing. Well, they did on Friday anyway, as Oak Ridge works it out here to Younkin. Younkin holds the ball, looks inside of Dowdell. He wants the ball. Right elbow, he turns, he throws the ball to Ben Ward. He probably should have taken the shot. He thought somebody would be cutting down there, but he gave it off to Ben Ward. Here's the lob into Lee Smith. Here's the kick back to Connor for three. Good. Three-point shot for Chris Connor. And the Wildcat lead is cut to 2. 34-32 the score. Wildcats a few too many turnovers on this end of the floor as Domsic works the ball down the floor. Wildcats work it over to Younkin. Inside it goes to Aaron White, spinning a little hook shot. It hits the rim, drops in good. Aaron White scores his 5th, and Oak Ridge leads again by 4. 36-32. Down the floor will come Matt Hargis. Red-headed point guard works the ball to the right and stops. Guarded by another redhead, Brett Garinger. He works it out to Chris Connor, who drives in, out of control. They're going to call him for a walk. I thought it might just be a simple travel, but Larry Bray says that there was a reach-in by the Wildcats' number 32, Aaron White. Aaron, that's his 3rd foul. He's going to have to take a seat. Rick didn't come out here in the second half. Maybe they're holding him for the 4th quarter. Aaron's going to come out of the game with his 3rd foul. Connor Gulmire checks back in. 36-32, a 4-point advantage for the Wildcats. Hargis trying to fire it in, does to Connor. He's hit consecutive 3-point shots. He works it out to Hargis, guarded everywhere he goes by Brett Garinger. Nearly drags his pivot foot, picks it up and gives it over to Lee Smith. Out to Ward it goes, back to Hargis. Hargis puts the ball down above his head, back to Lee Smith it goes. Spinning shot on its way, good. That's a nice looking shot by Lee Smith. And then play is halted. I didn't see exactly. The ball was kicked out, and that might be a warning. A warning on the Powell Panthers because he kicked it away. It's on Powell, and the Oak Ridge will have the basketball up by 2, 36-34. Wrote it down on the scorebook. A warning against the Powell Panthers. How many warnings do you get, Spencer? You get 2? Or the next time, I guess it's a technical foul. As the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor, Domsic with it. Got it by Connor, out to Younkin. Wildcats not withstanding the pressure too well in this one. They come cross court to Gulmire. Gulmire kicks it out to Younkin. Younkin attacks to the free throw line, kicks it out to Daniels Mulholland. Court spacing is not good right now as Geringer works the ball left side of Younkin. Thought about a three. There's Domsic. He will take the three. Left corner up. No good. Rebounded by Ben Ward. Ward down the floor for the Panthers. Wildcats not playing nearly as well as they did on Friday. Powell much bigger, much more physical inside. The Wildcats don't really do well inside as a offensive foul is going to be called against Powell, set up by Grant Domsic, I believe. Foul was called against Matt Hargis, his second. The standing student section of Powell fans don't like the call. Oak Ridge currently on top 36-34, playing with Rick Daniels Mulholland, along with Brett Geringer, I guess Connor Gulmire, Steve Younkin, and Brett Geringer to Younkin. The ball inside of Rick. He's stripped of the ball, taken on the floor by the Panthers. Here comes Hargis down the floor. Out it goes to Ward, around the right side of Roach. No good. Rebound out of bounds off the body of Lee Smith. Wildcat ball once again. It'll be Geringer to work the ball down the floor. Some very vocal Powell fan there yelling out onto the floor. 36-34 the score, a 2-point lead for the basketball Oak Ridge. Geringer with it to Younkin. Younkin outside the three-point line, gives it out to Domsic, drives the baseline for the layup. Good, just blew right past Lee Smith. Just not quick enough to contend with Grant Domsic, and Grant has 14 points. Oak Ridge by 4, 38-34 the score, 4:15 to play third quarter. Here it goes right side, top of the key to Smith. Lee Smith lobs it into Ward, whose shot is up, no good. On the rebound, Daniels Mulholland for the Wildcats. Here it goes to Grant Domsic. Domsic brings it all the way straight down the floor, takes it in strong to the hole, no good. The rebound is pulled away by Lee Smith. Coming right back down the floor will come Hargis and the Powell Panthers. Setting it up to Ward to Roach. Roach looks inside, can't get the ball to Smith, finds Ward free, back to Smith. Inside, shot is up, no good. Blocking foul is going to be called against Steve Younkin. 3:46 to play, third quarter. Game remaining close, very low scoring ball game. 38-34 to the free throw line will come Ben Ward. He'll go to the free throw line for the Panthers. He has 12 points, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Quincy Dowdell about to re-enter the ball game. First free throw is no good. Jared Stevens is in for the first time in a while. Younkin and Geringer out of the ball game. Back to the free throw line one more time. We'll go Ben Ward. Back to the free throw line. Toss. No good. Rebound, Grant Domsic. He missed both free throws. Down the floor will come the Wildcat. Here it goes to Domsic. Domsic with 3:38 to play to Jared Stevens. Inside it goes to Rick Daniels Mulholland. Spinning 6-footer. Good. Kind of an off-balance shot, but Rick drops down his 8th point, and Oak Ridge's lead is back to 6. 40-34 the score. Powell basketball. Addis with the basketball to Lee Smith. Swings it back to Addis for 3. Fired up a line drive, no good. Daniels Mulholland on the rebound. Works the ball down the floor to Jared Stevens. Stevens works it out to Quincy Dowdell. Along the right block, he turns, he spins, and an offensive foul is going to be called against Quincy. Larry Bray with the call. 3:08 to go. Third quarter, 40-34 the score. It'll be Patrick Addis. Looks like Adidas to me. Well, maybe not. Addis, A-D-D-I-S. He is a senior, 6'3", as the Panthers bring the ball down the floor. Chris Connor, works it into Addis, who walks the ball to the midcourt line. Jared Stevens, the freshman, picks him up. He works it over to Roach. Andrew Roach with the basketball, lobs the ball inside to Smith. The ball is knocked off the body of Rick Daniels Mulholland out of bounds. 40-34, a 6-point advantage for the Wildcats. Powell will work the ball in. The Wildcats have led most of the game. Powell's kept it close. Good solid defense. As Lee Smith goes up for the shot, no good. He's fouled by Rick Daniels Mulholland. Lee Smith got the shot off right underneath the goal. Just a little bit of hook shot, but it just wouldn't go for him, and he'll go to the line. 2 shots upcoming.
So far in the night, Lee Smith has 3 points. He struggled in the first half, but so far he's been perfect in the second half.
40-34. Shot off the front end of the rim, no good. Pounds the ball hard down to the floor. As Baron Huber helps him out. Baron Huber, number 30, is going to play football at Alabama next year as he missed both free throws. knocked and saved by Chris Connor at Powell. Here comes the lob out here to Lee Smith. Lee looks inside to Baron Huber. He works the ball left side. The comparison, well, Baron Huber is, as I mentioned, is going to play football. Is already committed to Alabama. Smith guns up a three. Good. That's a nice looking shot. Lee Smith steps out, drills it home, and Oak Ridge's lead is cut in half. 40-37 the score. 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Down the floor will come the Wildcats. Grant Domsic, one-on-one, has Lee Smith, shoots over him and scores over him. That's kind of a mismatch in terms of quickness, and the Wildcat lead is back up to 42-37, a 5-point advantage for the Wildcats. 2:12 to play third quarter. Girls lost by 10 tonight, 36-26, and that was the final score of the ball game. The Panthers beat Oak Ridge for the second year in a row. As Rick Daniels Mulholland blocks Lee Smith's shot. Wildcats have a 2-on-1. Pass just a little bit too low at Rick's feet. He couldn't quite go down low enough to pull it up. Minute 57 to play, 42-37 the score. The Panthers will work the ball in. They substitute a new guy in the ball game, a 5'10 junior named King. They also get Ben Ward back in the ball game. He's going to check in for Chris Connor, who checks out of the ball game. They'll work the ball into Patrick Addis. A minute 56 to play. Third quarter, 42-37, the Wildcats by 5. With the basketball once again, Powell, Baron Huber, works the ball inside for a shot off the rim, no good. Baron Huber back with a rebound up, good. Little hook shot off the glass by Ben Ward. Thanks a lot, Spencer. Out it goes to Stevens, out to Domsic. Domsic and the Wildcats up by 3, just holding on barely. The Wildcats, Rick Daniels Mulholland guns to the top of the circle, in and out, no good. Baron Huber on the rebound. The Alabama committee gives the ball out to the left to Addis. Back down the floor it goes. Powell can tie it with a 3 or pull it within 1 with a 2. Here's Addis working over to Lee Smith. Ball deflected, saved by King. Backs it up at the free throw line, guarded by Connor Gulmire. Works the ball left side to Smith. Smith holding the ball. Daniels Mulholland guarding him. He takes it to the baseline, throws the ball inside. Here's the shot blocked by Gulmire, I believe. And a foul is going to be called against Connor Gulmire, I think. That'll be his first personal foul. Minute 2 to play. Third quarter, 42-39 the score. And to the free throw line will go Baron Huber. 6'4 senior will have 2 shots. First of which is no good. Rattled around, dropped off, no good. Back to the free throw line he goes. See multiple cameras videotaping the ball game. Maybe parents, I guess, as the Wildcats substitute once again. Revel Coffey in the ball game. 42-39 the score. Hasn't been a pretty night if you're a Wildcat fan. Second toss up, good. Huber knocks it in. And it's a 2-point Wildcat lead. Oak Ridge struggling for offense here. Wildcats have only scored 9 points here in the third quarter. Down the floor with the basketball once again will come Oak Ridge's Jared Stevens. The Wildcats have 2 freshmen in the ball game. Wildcats have 2 sophomores, Gulmire and Coffey. Actually, Coffey's a junior. As Geringer works the ball to Jared Stevens, and Coach Norris calls the timeout. 42-40 the score. 42.9 seconds to play. We'll take a break with them. We'll be back to the Oak Ridge High School gym in 30 seconds. David Clary back here along with Spencer Gulmire, Darren Creek, our engineer of the station, James Branson doing camera work, along with Nick Suttles. Wildcats on top by 2, 42.9 seconds to play. Geringer will work the ball in. Ben Ward yelling ball. Works the ball in to Quinche Dowdell. Dowdell dribbles the ball in the midcourt circle to Revel Coffey. Bell calls the play at the midcourt circle. Works the ball to Gulmire. Connor Gulmire dribbles in. Penetrates in, might have walked, kicks it out to Geringer. Geringer drives in for the layup. Good, then he's fouled. Count the bucket. Looked like the Wildcats walked before that. I guess I saw something that didn't occur. Wildcats have an opportunity for a three-point play as Brett Geringer goes to the line. 44-40, Oak Ridge by 4. And going to the free throw line will go Brett. Here's the shot, good. 45-40 the score. Down the floor of the basketball will come the Powell Panthers. They've got a new guy in the ball game. Number 50, Brandon Thrower, 5'11 sophomore. Addis thought about a three, won't take it. 18 seconds to play. Back to Ward it goes to King. King a little bit unsure of what he wants to do with it. Needs to get rid of it soon and throws the ball away. Connor steals it, 9 seconds. Gulmire then strips the ball right back. Then taken right back by Oak Ridge, then taken right back by King. King then fouled by Revel Coffey. 2.1 seconds to play. Third quarter. 5-point advantage for the Wildcats. 45-40, 16 foul for the Powell, so they're not shooting free throws. Powell will get the ball first in the fourth quarter. Powell ball, they work the ball in. Here goes to Addis, a long range three, no good. It almost went from about 8 feet beyond the arc. Well, we've played 3 quarters. Oak Ridge still leading, but it's close. 45-40 the score. We'll be back to the Oak Ridge High School gym in 60 seconds. Back here at the Oak Ridge gym, 45-40. Wildcats on top by 5. Powell basketball. Wildcats, Connor Gulmire blocks the shot. Taken away by Coffey. Bill Coffey right down the middle of the floor. Dribbles the ball off his foot back in the rear court. That's an over and back. Tough break for Revel. Wildcats turn the ball over. It'll be Powell basketball. Hargis to work the ball in. Oak Ridge holding on by a 5-point advantage. The Wildcats do have a very young team in. Couple sophomores, 2 freshmen, junior and a senior out on the floor. With the basketball, Andrew Roach hands it off to Hargis. Oak Ridge by 5. What has been a tight ball game here at the Oak Ridge gym. Hargis works over to Lee Smith, guarded by Geringer. Hand checks him and gives it up to Ward. Ward drives in for the shot, no good. There'll be a foul called against Oak Ridge. Wildcats a little bit closer to taking charges, but they're getting blocks right now as the Wildcats substitute Younkin, Domsic, Daniels Mulholland, and Aaron White's going to come into the ball game in a moment as Powell goes to the free throw line. Ben Ward, 6'4 senior, 2 shots. 45-40 the score. First toss, good. Wildcats substitute 4 for 4 as Jared Stevens, Connor Gulmire, Brett Geringer, Quinche Dowdell check out of the ball game. 45-41 Oak Ridge on top, trying to maintain their undefeated mark in the district. Second free throw way off the mark. Rebounded by Domsic on a deflection. Grant Domsic of the Wildcats down the floor. Oak Ridge with the ball and a 4-point lead. 45-41 the score. Domsic with the basketball. Looks inside, backs it up to Younkin. Younkin has Aaron White top of the circle. He lobs in, great pass inside of Rick. Just couldn't finish the shot. Nice feed though by Aaron White. Rick was a little bit too far under and missed the shot. Their basketball, here it goes to Andrew Roach once again. Boy, there's a big battle going on inside. Ward works it inside to Lee Smith. Shot off the glass, good. Smith scores and cuts the gap to 2. 45-43 the score. Down the floor with the basketball once again will come Grant Domsic. Domsic brings the ball top of the circle to Younkin. Younkin looks inside, dribbles to the right corner, backs it up to White. Aaron drives in to the free throw line and kicks it over to Domsic. Grant Domsic needs somebody to come up, set a screen for him. It's going to be Rick Daniels Mulholland. Grant pulls up and shoots good. That guy can score from just about any place on the floor, and Oak Ridge's lead is back to 4. 47-43, 6:27 to play in the ball game here at the Oak Ridge High School gym. The girls lost by 10 tonight, 36-26. Roach with it. Ward for three. Brick, no good. On the rebound, Oak Ridge. Here it goes to Younkin. Younkin's in heavy pressure, and then he's fouled by Hargis. I thought he was a little bit too aggressive, and he's kind of hammered down pretty hard. And I don't know if that's a brother or some kind of a relation to him, but that poor kid's been just blasted by this Powell fan across the gym.
Yes, he's been all over the Powell players all game. I thought he was yelling at the referees the first time I heard him, but every time he's yelling at the players.
Missed shot by Daniels Mulholland along the baseline. Down the floor with the basketball. Here's a steal by Revel Coffey. Revel's going to take it to the hole and score. Nice steal by Revel, and Oak Ridge's lead is 6. 49-43 the score. 5:46 to play in the ball game. Hargis guarded by Coffey once again. He dribbles to his right. The 5-second count was on, but the bell's going to be called for a personal foul. The block on him is second foul. Team foul number 8, maybe number 9 against the Wildcats. Still one in the bonus. To the free throw line will go Matt Hargis. For Revel, that's his second personal foul. It was indeed the 8th team foul. Hargis to the free throw line. Hargis has 2 points. This will be his first attempts from the charity stripe. Here's the first one. He'll not get the bonus. He missed it. On the rebound, Revel Coffey. With the basketball, Oak Ridge. The Wildcats in the lead, 49-43. How is Bennett ever going to eat that lifesaver with his jaw wired shut? Just took one off our table. Of course, Bennett, a football player, he's going to attempt to put it in as the three-point shot is up. Good. Three-point shot by Domsic. But I was more interested to see how Bennett was going to eat that lifesaver, and somehow he slid it in there. 52-43 the score, a 9-point game. For the basketball once again will come the Powell Panthers. To Lee Smith, he dribbles in, kicks it out to Ward. Ward at the free throw line, backs it up to Smith. Down to 5 minutes to play here. Lee Smith holding the ball. Aaron White defending him. He's going to take him strong. Here's the shot. It's up off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Aaron White. Wildcats with the ball and a 9-point lead. 52-43 the score. 4:46 to play in the basketball game at the Oak Ridge High School gym. Grant Domsic with it. Works the ball to Coffey outside the three-point line. Works the ball to Daniels Mulholland. Oh, great pass. Inside to Aaron White for the shot. Good. The Wildcats had their biggest lead in a while anyway. 54-43, an 11-point advantage for the Wildcats as Hargis brings the ball down the floor. 4:25 to play in the ball game. Hargis guarded by Revel Coffey. Coffey staying with him defensively like glue. And here's a steal by Domsic. He goes in for the layup. Good. But really the play was made by Revel Coffey. He just kept the defense, and Hargis got rid of the ball a little quicker than he wanted to. Domsic anticipates and takes it down the floor and scores.
That's a great job by Revel, making number 52, Matt Hargis, pick up the ball. It's a great steal by Domsic.
Three-point shot, good by Lee Smith. When a big guy can step out and shoot the ball. In fact, he's had better success from three-point range, I believe, than he has from around the goal. He closes the gap back up once again. 56-46, the Wildcats in the lead with Revel Coffey with a basketball. Above the three-point arc, guarded by Chris Connor. He holds the ball, gives it over to Daniels Mulholland, thought about lobbing it inside, dribbles with his right hand and gives it back out to Domsic. Down to 3:34 to play, 56-46 to score. Wildcat ball, Younkin dribbling in, got a screen, got a layup. No, he's going to give it off to Revel, who's taking us in for the shot. No good. Tip back up, no good. Pulled away by Ben Ward. Ward with the basketball to Hargis. Hargis right down the middle of the floor, kicks it out to Connor. Chris for three. No good. Rebound Aaron White, and he's fouled. Foul called against Andrew Roach. 6'4" senior commits their 5th team foul as Revel Coffey comes out of the ball game. And he is way out of breath, and a timeout is asked for. 3:13 to play in the ball game, 56-46. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 60 seconds. David Clary, Spencer Gulmire back here, Darren Creek, along with James Branson. The Wildcats on top by 10, 56 to 46 to score, 3:13 to play in the ballgame. Tomorrow night we'll be in Cleveland as the Wildcats take on the Blue Raiders and Lady Raiders. As the Wildcats have the ball up by 10 with Grant Domsic in the ballgame, along with Quinche Dowdell, Brett Geringer, Steve Younkin, and Connor Gulmire. Oak Ridge ball playing a little keep away here. They'll get a layup if they want it, and they got one. They got it, and it drops in good for Steve Younkin. And Steve has his 5th point. Oak Ridge's lead is 12. 58 to 46 to score. With the basketball will come Hargis to Chris Connor, guarded by Younkin. Works the ball back out to Addis, back to Hargis. They've gotten an opportunity to drive in, then a push and a foul called against Oak Ridge. I think it'll go against Connor. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. Connor Gulmire, team foul number 9 called against the Wildcats. So still just one in the bonus here, but I think he was fouled in the act of shooting, and I believe Matt Hargis will have 2 shots. Oh, good, it was on the ground, so it is one in the bonus. I thought he said 2. As the free throw is no good. And I guess it was a shooting violation. Back to the free throw line, Matt Hargis. 5'11" sophomore, Jared Stevens, freshman, about to come back in the game for Oak Ridge. Hargis' second toss is good. Jared comes into the ball game. Checking out will come Connor Gulmire. 2:37 to play, 58 to 47. Wildcats in the lead. And Oak Ridge will work it in. And it comes to Grant Domsic. Domsic's going to be able to bring the ball down the floor himself. 2:32 and counting. Wildcats on top, 58 to 47. Here's the pass here to Jared Stevens. Stevens back to Domsic to the midcourt circle. Works the ball left side to Younkin. Double team. Comes cross court with the pass to Stevens. Jared inside of Quinche Dowdell for the shot. Oh, no good. Tipped and rebounded by Addis of Powell. Here come the Panthers. Hargis lost it. Stevens steals it. Hargis steals it right back. 2:10 to play. They work the ball to Ben Ward. He drives in, and there's an offensive foul called. Set up nicely by Grant Domsic. Ben Ward tries to run over the back of him. Ward had a lot of points in the first half, but he's really been held down in the second half, Spencer.
I think he's only had 4 points in the second half. He had 11 in the first half. So Oak Ridge is doing a good job on him.
2:07 to play, 58 to 47. The Wildcats trying to go 3-0 in district play. The Wildcats, I believe, are the only undefeated team in the district. Clinton's got a loss. Carnes has a loss. Powell has a loss. Central, I believe, has a loss. I know Campbell County has a loss. So I believe the Wildcats, are the only undefeated team. The Wildcats will get the basketball. Quinche Dowdell will work the ball in. On the other side of things, the Lady Wildcats are 1-2 in the district. As the Wildcats work it on, nice pass to Younkin inside to Grant Domsic, and he is fouled by number 50 in the ball game. That is 5'11" sophomore Brandon Thrower. 58-47 Oak Ridge. 2:03 to play as Connor Gulmire and Revel Coffey come off the bench. Haven't seen JJ in the ball game yet, or Clarence Threet. They haven't played tonight. As Grant Domsic goes to the free throw line.
This is Grant's first trip to the free throw line as he has scored 23 points on the night, and he's knocked down 3 3-pointers as his first attempt's up, and it's good.
Guy continues to score big numbers for the Wildcats. And what a great addition he's been to the Wildcat team. He's stepped in and has become the leading scorer for the Wildcats, and he's basically a point guard. But he played, I believe, post for Bearden last year, and I believe he's physical, he's big. He's just a scorer. He just does so many things well for this team, and he knocks down this free throw. And speaking from my point of view, I'm glad to have him as a Wildcat, and he's a junior, and he has 24 points in the ball game. 60-47 the score. With the basketball, Powell. We're down to 1:54 to play. They work it into number 5. He throws up an air ball out of bounds. The Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats trying to beat Powell for I believe, the 3rd time in a row. Actually, the 4th time in a row. I remember they beat him in the district tournament in 2003 and beat him twice last year. So the Wildcats trying to beat Powell for the 4th time in a row. Pass comes into Geringer from Dowdell. Back to Dowdell it goes. The freshman will bring the ball down the floor. The Wildcats with 2 freshmen in the ball game. Quinche brings it down the floor. Couldn't get the ball to Connor. He's going to take it to the baseline, dribbling out of trouble. Comes out to the top with a pass here to Grant Domsic. 1:34 to play. 13-point advantage for Oak Ridge. Domsic to Jared Stevens. Back to Dowdell. 60-47 our score. A near steal, and indeed a steal by Thrower. Thrower brings the ball down the floor, throws it off to the left side to King. King pulls up, shoots, no good. Tip back up, good. They score inside, I believe, of Ben Ward, who now scores his 17th point as a timeout is asked for. 1:14 to play in the ball game. 60-49 Oak Ridge. A timeout is asked for. We'll take one with him. We'll send it back to Darren Creek. Back in 60 seconds. Back here at the Oak Ridge Gym, Oak Ridge in the lead, 60-49. The Wildcats work the ball inside to Grant Domsic. Trap works the ball to Jared Stevens. Jared Stevens works the ball down the floor, goes up for the shot. Good! Nice play by the freshman. And Jared Stevens has his first 2 points, and Oak Ridge leads by 13. 62-49. For the basketball will come a new guy in the ball game. Inside it goes to Ben Ward, getting some mop-up points. Shot is no good. On the rebound, Aaron White. White with it to Stevens, goes up for it, can't come down with it. And then a whistle blows. And, you know, it's kind of hard to call a foul on Jared when he's twisting and turning in the air. But they call a foul on him. 62-49 the score. 10th team foul, double bonus in effect. To the free throw line will go Powell. The guy fouled was Daniel Hansen. 5'11", sophomore. Hadn't played much of the ball game. Must be a good free throw shooter, outside shooter. Just inserted into the ball game. To the free throw line he goes. A double bonus in effect. He'll have 2 shots. Here's the first one. No good. They've not hit all their free throws. They've missed a few tonight. As Aaron White comes out of the ball game, takes his seat beside me. Back to the free throw line once again goes Hansen. 4 for 10 are the Panthers at the free throw line. Mr. Gulmire tells me. Second toss up, good. You earned that respect for 2,000 yards rushing, but what have you done for me lately? What are you going to do next year?
I don't know, hopefully better.
Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. 62-50, a 12-point advantage, 39 seconds to play. Here comes Oak Ridge and Stevens, and a lot of pressure, and Coach Norris, seeing that the Wildcats were in a mad scramble, calls a timeout, and that keeps possession to the Wildcats. 62-50. First off, Spencer, congratulations on those 2,000 yards. You and I don't get to talk much about football, and I know it was a tough loss to Riverdale. We haven't talked much about that, but you had a good junior year in position to become the all-time leading scorer, but I guess you'd rather have that ring next year. And what's it going to take for your team to get back to the level you were this year?
And most definitely, I'd like to have that ring other than any other award. But I mean, this Oak Ridge team's going to have to come in and lift the weights really hard this summer. I mean, just going to have to come in. All the guys are just going to. I mean, a lot of the freshmen have to step up and play. We got a few big freshman linemen. I think they can come in and it can start for us on the defense and offensive side of the ball.
Well, you're going to be missing big James Mitchell, John Wilson, and Bennett Rye, 3 starters that you won't have next year, but hopefully somebody will step up, and they always do. That's the way it is at Oak Ridge High School. Oak Ridge in the lead by 12, 62-50 to score. The Wildcats playing with Jared Stevens, Connor Gulmire, Steve Younkin, Brett Geringer, and one other guy. I can't see him. Oh, he's right here, the biggest guy on the floor, Rick Daniels Mulholland. Here it comes to Jared Stevens. 62-50, the Wildcats by 12. Geringer holds the ball, about to be trapped or fouled. Foul's going to be called against Powell, and the Wildcats will go to the free throw line. 29.3 seconds to play. Be Brett Geringer at the line. 62-50, a 12-point advantage for the Wildcats. And the senior goes to the line. 9 points in the ball game. What has he done at the line? 2 for 2 at the line. Tosses up, and it is good. 13-point advantage to the Wildcats. maintain their undefeated mark in District 3 play. Garinger back to the line, 63-50 the score. And here comes Powell down the floor. 28 seconds to play. Here comes down the floor once again. Top of the key, inside it goes to King, turns, spins, drives, wants to shoot, up, partially rejected, taken away by Powell. We're down to 17 seconds to play, 64-60, long range three, it's up, no good. Missed that time by Tyler Howe. Back down the other end of the floor, the ball is knocked out of bounds. 64-50 the score. Your thoughts on the ball game? 64-50 the score. Down the floor with the basketball once again will come Powell. Here's the final shot. It's on its way. Off the rim, no good. Tipped up, no good. Connor pulls down the board, and the game is over. The Wildcats win by 14 over the Powell Panthers. It was a close ball game, and they kept it fairly close. Powell did, but the Wildcats pulled away in the fourth quarter when they needed to, and they win it 64-50. Spencer Gulmire, your thoughts on this ball game and win by the Wildcats?
They came out and they played a pretty decent first half. They got up for about 12, 14 points. And they let him come back and get back in the game, and they ended up finishing off with a 14-point lead. Oak Ridge come out and played a great game.
Once again, the final score is 64-50. The Wildcats win by 14. We'll take a break. When we come back, Spencer will run down the final statistics of this ball game and the girls' game won by Powell, 36-26, and we'll get to that in 2 minutes. How are you? Yeah. I wasn't quite sure what to do. I was looking, I was like, what am I supposed to read? Back here at the Oak Ridge High School gym at the scores table, the final score of the ball game, the Wildcats win the boys game 64-50. Spencer, you've got the final statistics of this game and the girls game.
In the boys game, Oak Ridge won this one by a score of 64-50. Oak Ridge in the scoring department, Quincy Dowdell, he had 4 points. Brett Garinger, he finished with 11. Grant Domsic with superb play. He had 23 points on the night and only missed 2 shots. Jared Stevens, he had 2 points on the night. Revel Coffey, he also had 2. Steve Younkin was perfect from the field, hitting 2 shots with 5 points on the night. Aaron White, he had 7 points. Rick Daniels Mulholland finished with 8. And for the Powell Panthers, Patrick Addis had 6 points on the night. Lee Smith started off cold but finished strong, and he had 11 on the night. Daniel Hansen, he had 1 on the night. Baron Huber, he had finished with 1. Chris Connor, he had 11 points and hit 3 threes. Ben Ward was their leading scorer with 17 points on the night. And Matt Hargis finished with 3. And for the girls' game, Oak Ridge lost on this by a score of 36-26. And scoring for Oak Ridge was Ashley Huddleston, as she played a very good game with 9 points on the night. Colleen McConnell, she had 4. Carmen Smith struggled from the field but finished with 5. Mallory Jones, she had 4. And Kiki Stewart had a tough night getting double teamed most of the night, as she finished with 4 points also. And for the Powell Lady Panthers in the first half, Brittany Bartley, she finished with 5 points on the night. Courtney Cox, she had 5. Kaylee Mitchell had 3. Elena Mitchell, she had 6 points on the night. Caitlin Hatfield had 8. And Erin Ogan also had 8 points on the night.
Thanks a lot, Spencer. Appreciate that. The head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Ricky Norris, has joined us here. Coach, kind of a different kind of a ball.